Very, very true. Oh, for example, here's another one, right?
Okay.
So have you heard about GLP-1 hormones?
Yes.
GLP-1 drugs?
Yes.
Can you name one?
Ozempic.
Ozempic. And its sister drug, Wegovy, made by the same company, Novo Nordisk in Denmark. This company in 5 years has made $2.21 trillion on Ozempic and Wegovy.
Yeah, it's been huge.
And America buys 90% of it.
Because we're the most overweight.
Okay. Do you know there's no GLP-1 hormone in those drugs, but they call them GLP-1 drugs?
What's in it?
Oh, this is marketing. This is propaganda. Everybody's convinced these are GLP-1 drugs and that inside of it must just be GLP-1 hormone. No, there's no GLP-1 anything in Ozempic or Wegovy. But you have to go read the research studies of how they developed it to know what they put in it. They put inside of it just one substance. It's called Exendin-4. Exendin-4. Remember, pharmakia. In the last days, Revelations 18:23, all nations of the earth will be deceived by pharmakia. You're all being deceived. But thank God there's some people that know how to read English. I'm one of them. So I just love reading. And I think they're totally trying to deceive us almost 24/7. So I decided to go look it up 3 years ago. What is this stuff, Ozempic and Wegovy? It's made up of a protein called Exendin-4. Exendin-4 is isolated from the venom of a lizard that lives in the southwestern United States deserts called the Gila monster lizard.
What?
And you're injecting that inside of you.
What?
And they've been studying this venom protein since 1956. I have a medical textbook called Venoms from 1956 where they started trying to isolate venom proteins from the Gila monster lizard to see what it would do in the human body. And they found that it will paralyze the vagal nerve. It'll paralyze the stomach sphincter that empties food into your intestines that you're eating at lunch and breakfast. And you won't be hungry for hours because the food's just sitting there in your stomach because it's not going into your intestines to be broken down and turned into fecal matter and nutrients to absorb from your intestines into your bloodstream. So, Exendin-4 is a neurotoxic venom from a lizard, and you're all injecting inside of you, and this drug, Ozempic and Wegovy, is being promoted as a weight loss drug and a diabetes drug, and the FDA just approved Wegovy, which is the exact same substance, for heart disease for all Medicare-age patients, and it's covered by Medicare. All right, Exendin-4 is a venom protein, and they have found and published that when you inject that into a human being, it will circulate into your bloodstream, obviously, because they just injected it inside of there, or you did yourself. You self-inject Ozempic and Wegovy once a week for the rest of your life. It's a lifelong prescription, like a high blood pressure drug. So you're injecting, all of you, once a week, Exendin-4 Gila monster venom protein into your body, and they know that venom protein will circulate throughout your arteries and your intestines, and it will touch what are called L cells. And when it touches L cells, which is what they're abbreviated, it releases GLP-1 hormone in the body of a human. Do you know what else this Exendin-4 is published to do? Did you know that Gila monster venom, published by the Smithsonian Institute last year, they were interviewed. They wanted to know how toxic is Gila monster venom. Not a joke. They actually said, it's published by CNN, that Gila monster venom is as toxic and deadly as a western diamondback rattlesnake's venom. And there are now millions of Americans injecting that venom inside of them every single day, being told it's a GLP-1 drug approved by the FDA. This is venom, people, and you're injecting it into your body. And Exendin-4, this venom protein of the Gila monster, is published by the FDA with a black box warning. Anybody injects themselves with this for 12 to 36 months, you are tripling your risk of developing thyroid cancer. Called medullary thyroid cancers, and there's multiple of them. But do you know what oncologists around the world are telling me as they've seen my presentations about what Ozempic really is? They all call me and come to my conferences, and they report to the audiences. We're not seeing thyroid cancers exploding in Ozempic users and Wegovy users. Those who are diagnosed with new cancer after starting Ozempic and Wegovy, we're seeing explosions of breast cancer diagnosis in all of these people within a year or two. That's what they're seeing. But this venom protein is published to cause nerve growth factor and epidermal growth factor, which are two oncology terms, cancer terms, for the growth of tumors in the brain and in your organs.
Oh my gosh.
It's also published that 1 in 5 will develop diabetic retinopathy, meaning your retina will detach and you'll be permanently blind for the rest of your life while on Ozempic or Wegovy. And did you see People magazine published 6 months ago an article titled, People on Ozempic are now reporting eye rotting disease? That's the title of their article in People magazine. Venom destroys human tissue. It is not a cure for anything. But any of you out there who are losing weight, congratulations. I'd like to ask you, do you really believe you're overweight and you're diabetic and you have heart disease because you're Gila monster venom deficient? And if not, why are you injecting inside of you every day? And I just have to tell you, your medical doctors don't know it either. In fact, every medical doctor I've sent the articles to that this is what Ozempic and Wegovy is, when I send them the research articles, the mainstream articles about what it's made from, they all in unison have said the same thing to me by text and by phone call and by voice face to face. I was never told this by my pharmaceutical rep. I will never prescribe it again. And I'm going to call my patients right now and tell them to stop it.
Gosh.
Good. You should.